Ziggity Zig, back with another episode of Tales from the Ladders! This is a game sent in to us by Bomdagor. We're going back to Friends of Friends, because I still do have friends who send me in the occasional replay, but this is a TVT from Bomdagor. Honestly, I don't know what to say. There's like no Zerg games, no Zerg replays that I get sent in, and invariably whenever we play some random games over on Lime Not Lemon, I always get to play Zerg. So that's the one race that I'm learning like less and less about, and I have no idea what's going on with Zerg, so I just kind of make dudes. Yeah. And when it tells me to make overlords, I make overlords. I pretty much just follow instructions. In fact, no, I'm not even going to tell about that. There is Bomdagor getting out the... So he's rallying this particular SCV. He's going over here to make the Ferris building, which is, of course, going to be the supply depot. No huge surprises there. SCWANGZI's decided... He's thinking about making it a supply depot. Yeah, there we go. And meantime, no gas just yet for Bomdagor. Probably gonna might be going for just a vanilla. Ooh, not just a vanilla. Thought he was getting the second guy out there, but I guess this guy is wanting to. He's not gonna wait around for this SCV to finish the building and then maybe go scout, but he just wanted to get just a little bit of a head start. So now Bomdagor's just going to be waiting. There's 150 minerals, and he can start making the first barracks. SCWANGZI is actually only about 50% through this first supply depot. Bomdagor scouting, knows exactly where he's going, because over here on, looks to the left and sees it reads Cloud Kingdom on the map itself. Over here on Cloud Kingdom, yes, sounding very posh, intelligent, and professional about this sort of thing, that there are only 2 spawn points. There is... Wait, what? What was that? Was a whole lot of destruction. What was going on there? Why were there explosions around that? I'm not quite certain what was going on. And oh dear, Bomdagor's SCV, it got into a little bit of a fight and then decided to just run away, tuck tails in between his legs. Whenever you come up against a guy who's bigger than you, just run away. If you can learn from the Flash, you can learn that, and if you can learn anything else from the Flash, you can learn that red is actually a very, kind of a pleasing color to wear. It the ladies like it. I don't actually know if the ladies like it. I don't know what the ladies like at all. I think ponies? Is that still a thing? Maybe. So we see SCWANGZI does have the three guys in gas right now. If you take a look over at the income, it's actually pretty similar. Bomdagor just one up right now. Working on the not quite into the orbital command just yet. I think SCWANGZI is probably going to get the orbital command. Actually, what Bomdagor is working on is... Well, did I see an engineering bay that was going down? Maybe. Yes, the engineering bay is sitting here and just helping on the wall. That's an intriguing maneuver. So does that mean it's going to be working on perhaps a planetary fortress expansion? There is a factory on the way. Neither of them working on their orbital commands just now. Bomdagor with more than enough money for it, so it probably is going to be a fast expand. So a one barracks expand with a planetary fortress is rather interesting. He's getting rid of these rocks because, as we all know, whenever Bomdagor plays a game, he hates rocks. If he could shoot, these rocks over here, he'd shoot those rocks over there. If he could shoot these rocks down here on the bottom, I mean, he'd set up a ring of units all around this little crater, and I can actually sit on and for several seconds look at a part of the map in an SE2 replay that nothing is actually happening. I mean, I'm even looking in fog of war areas. So let's look at the really dark fog of war. See these rocks right here? Bomdagor would blow up these rocks. Why am I talking like this? I don't know. It's one of my favourite accents. Accents are just such a good time. So, not too many units right now on the field for SCWANGZI. Just kind of the one dude at the moment. But he is going to now start working on the Widow Mine. So perhaps I'm hoping this is defensive. It could be offensive because he could just come right in and start doing a little bit of work. And there's the Reaper. So a little bit of a late scout right now. The late Reaper for Bomdagor, but it's still timely, so he's going to come up here, get a pretty good look as to what's going on. We'll see the double gas and the factory, and probably wonder if, we're looking at a mech build here. Reaper's not exactly with the huge amount of damage that can be put on the board, but since there's only one Marine out, Bomdagor's seeing only a little bit of resistance here, he is going to be able to... Oh, there's a second Marine out, so he is going to be able to take out one single Marine, or one single SCV, and double proxy starport. Okay, that's a thing. So Bomdagor, you have getting the bunker down here at the bottom of the ramp. Curious. So I thought he'd be moving into some sort of expansion out there, but okay, yeah, there's the command center up there. See, if I look at the entirety of the board, that makes a bit of sense. There's the Reaper with the 1 kill. So far, we have 1 unit killed. Whee! If you look at the army supply, it's still just a little bit over in Bomdagor's advantage, vaguely, but that's only because there are just a couple of these units here. I'm not entirely sure. Where did that... Aha! So it was going to be a defensive Widow Mine. Bomdagor is going to hang on to this Zelnaga tower with the Reaper just to make sure that he can stay on visibility of the map. I do have a little bit of water here. I'm still not feeling entirely well, but I did take a little bit more of my cold and sinus medication because, oh my god, my sinuses hurt! That's a sentence that you hear all the time. My sinuses are killing me. Here's the SCV for SCWANGZI. He's going to come in and just try to see what he's got. But he does actually get a pretty good look there, and he does see that there is 1, an expansion, 2, a lower barracks, and a bunker. So pretty much that tells you he's ready for you to come in if anything's going to happen. But we've got, oh my goodness, are you serious? I have not seen a cloaked Banshee rush in a really long time. But the fun thing here, Tech Lab, there's no scout. There is the orbital command down here. Now, did everyone take care of their orbital command up to and including? Yep, so we've got two scans at the moment. What's going on here? And good. All right, so Christmas shopping is done. This is done from, wait, when is this episode for? This episode is before Christmas. Hey, it's Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays and that sort of thing. Happy holidays. Here come some cloaked Banshees. Ready? Are you done? Are these just the first Banshees right here? Let's have a look. I think we still just have... Yeah, there's just the 2 on the board. Good. So, the Cloaked Banshee's still waiting for Cloak to finish. It's going to be another couple of seconds for that, but there's a number of units over here. There is the Tech Lab on the starport, so we'll see what is going to happen here. We got a double starport and then a Tech Lab onto the factory as well. So, Bomdagor pretty much just going full on across the board. With the Planetary Fortress there, that's really going to help out against ground units. I'm fairly certain that the Planetary Fortress cannot shoot up, but they are... Yeah, Bomdagor has 3 gas geysers right now. We have approximately, no, just the 2 gas geysers for SCWANGZI. He's got up to 3 Banshees, another one on the way, and still just working. There's Corvid Reactor for, so we got 4, yep, 4 on the way, and is that just another refinery? There we go. So he's taking the refineries down at the bottom, and now here we go with, oh my goodness, and there is the missile turret. These Banshees are going to be able to take out one of them, but it was 1 missile turret for 1 Banshee, so that is value right there for Bomdagor. But the problem is they do manage to get past here and start cloaking. This is when Bomdagor is going to get himself out of here, but the problem is I think that's going to be quite a number of workers killed. It's about 6 so far, and he still hasn't quite made his way out of here. The Banshee versus Banshee is not going to work out because the 2 don't actually attack each other. Does have the orbital command. Bomdagor is taking a huge amount of hits here. He's lost 14 units. I don't know what exactly he's working on. He's probably trying to get his Marines up here and try to get a scan at the same time. There are 3 Marines, but he doesn't get the scan off fast enough. Loses to 4 Marines that quickly and still no scan. Does have enough 4 scans, so now these 3 Banshees are obviously going to go for the tech, because the Tech Lab, it's not exactly the most important thing, but it does take a long time to try to rebuild. And there it is, there is a Viking, so now the Vikings will be able to take out these units really closely and carefully because they are now out of cloak, so that really didn't... It worked out pretty well for SCWANGZI, but I think SCWANGZI probably would have wanted to move his way down here, and oh dear, yep, so actually that was a good move. SCWANGZI did not exactly see, and actually, yeah, there we go. So Bomdagor was rushing out at Raven at the same time, so in order to get a little bit of vision, but now SCWANGZI does have just a couple, yeah, just the 1 Banshee over there, so it did work out really well, where if you look at the income, it is now way out ahead for SCWANGZI. He's getting a number of minerals in at the same time, but Bomdagor did have a pretty decent sort of infrastructure at the same time, and is now going to try to start moving out insofar as he's got some the Raven and the Viking. Where did the Viking go? Is the Viking? Aha! Here's me looking at what's going on, and the Banshee's down here, and he's going to try to get a couple of kills, but he's not going to be quite as successful as up top with 15 worker kills, but there does appear to be nothing in SCWANGZI's main base that is going to be able to be attackable here. SCWANGZI's got these 2 Banshees that are just down in the corner, but the Viking, actually, Bomdagor's Viking has done quite well. It has been able to scout out where... did he get a... Oh, okay, it was the missile turret that got him eventually. And now here is Bomdagor coming in here for a little bit of reinforcements to try to get this. He's got a Viking on the ground. It's the first time you've ever seen a Viking on the ground actually be useful in doing things. He's trying to get his mineral count back up, and it's just going to be quite a long time. Going straight for the tech, because... I was getting double Vikings out now, so maybe the tech isn't exactly the best thing to get at. Bomdagor is worried about having just enough units right now. He's slowly pumping out a couple of Ravens because actually he's got more gas than minerals just because of how hard he was hit. He's only got 1 mule at the moment, but here is still just the 2 units. They're slowly taking this out, and I think... and yeah, the Vikings attacking this one, and oh, it's going to be 2 Vikings, and the 2 Vikings are probably going to be able to take this up, especially with the 2 Banshees coming in from behind, so they're going to be able to take out these number of units, and yeah, if you land, the Banshees kill you. If you go up into the air, the Vikings will kill you. So that one Viking was definitely not in a very good shape. However, we're getting out 4, we have out 4 Ravens right now, and probably, maybe just another one along here, but I think Bomdagor is just trying to cover one specific area of attack. He's moving his factory around because he wants to get the tech lab for the starport to get out a number more. Perhaps still just working on Ravens. It's going to be a fun YOLO Raven game, and I love Raven games, especially when they come from Bomdagor. They're usually good for a good time. Not worried, not too interested about a 3rd base at the moment, and honestly, why SCWANGZI has not taken a 3rd base, I don't know. Look at the amount of money that SCWANGZI has got. I mean, barracks, barracks, barracks. If you're going mech, great, go mech, but go huge mech. What is this? He's only building 2 more factories right now, 2 armories at the same time, so it's just, he can support a lot more than this. Here is finally at 3rd base, but it's 15 minutes in, and he really has had full-on board control right here. He's even able to control these pretty, vulnerable, that's the word I was trying to think of, starports over here at the side, but now he's got just this number, a pretty awesome air army over on the board right now, and that would normally do quite a good job. So realistically, I'm hoping that, well, I was hoping a while ago that SCWANGZI would have been able to do something about this and be able to capitalize, but looks like Bomdagor just barely missed the 3rd base there of SCWANGZI. I don't know, it really would have been all that handy, but now, since SCWANGZI really only just has the 1 missile turret there, this is the time that the auto turrets are really going to do quite well, and you don't want to lose any one of these Ravens, and if you get just out of the way, and no, loses the 1 Raven, but the lucky thing there is he gets down a huge number. He's going to lose the 2nd Raven here, a huge number of auto turrets, and oh, we're going to... And he's going to try to get out the Hunter-Seeker missile, loses yet another Raven. That is, that's enough to kill a couple and weaken. There we go. So they does weaken up a number of units. He's going to maybe lose this last Raven, 4 Ravens, but all of that took care of most of this air army. But for the cost of 4 Ravens, I'm not sure exactly how that works out. These auto turrets are really going to help try to, hey, guys, you want to come over here? And no, of course you don't want to do anything about that. So these auto turrets are just going to cut down the income in half, where actually Bomdagor is coming out on top once more, where his economy has really started to take off, especially with the mules, and is trying to work on just retaining this gas production. But these auto turrets are just putting in work, and sometimes, you know, if you don't have anything in so far as just a basic economy, or not economy, but basic defense. So here you go. Here is some basic defense. So Bomdagor, the thing about this game which is really interesting is when you're working on a build, you will start defending against the build that you're working on. That is kind of the mentality, but what you really want to do is spread yourself and be able to defend against a number of different things. So this is why Bomdagor, while he was working even on just, yeah, kind of a ground-based expansion, boom, he puts down are these firebats? Awesome, hellbats, or not firebats, but hellbats. He puts down a ground defense at first, so realistically he'd also want a bunker up here, or perhaps some tanks to separate it, because once you have tanks and missile turrets, you are not fully defended, but it's just a nice solid air and ground defense, especially up against... Now, how far are these reaching? Oh, they're reaching that, and they're reaching that. So this guy here is able to take out maybe this armory over here, and I think the command center is going to be taken out by 2 of these, and still, ground units, dudes, Hellions, guys, don't you want to save some of your buildings? Honestly, SCWANGZI, what are you doing right now? This is going to get scanned? I'm not quite certain. Now's the point when I start looking at the EPM, because SCWANGZI made a really bizarre decision right there to just let that command center go. I mean, it was kind of mined out, I guess, and so he, you know, tried to put his eggs in another basket, perhaps. But if you look at this, Bomdagor now does know that there is a 3rd down there, and this is why. Hello, are we blue flame? No, not blue flame just yet. Blue flame is on the way. More Ravens are on the way as well. Durable materials, so he's just trying to make himself even stronger. So while he's working on the Raven expansion and total awesomeness, then he just tosses out a few of these Hellbatians, yeah, so they switch back and forth, and now it's going to be, going up against a bunch of blue flamers, and they're going to take that out. But once again, what Bomdagor is able to do is just prevent, even though he's down behind in harvesters, which I think SCWANGZI actually has too many harvesters, but preventing this from happening is just phenomenal, despite the fact that you really don't need to worry about preventing the economy of SCWANGZI, because SCWANGZI has more money than he needs to really to really kind of fill out this game. But the problem is that I think it's, yeah, I think it's production facilities. He just needs about, if he's really committed to mech, really committed to starport. I'm not sure where he landed those 2 starports that were flying up top. Maybe they're down there? Boy, that's sort of bizarre. But he put those in. Still, no more starports, just building more command centers. So it's the resources in behind this. Like, if you look at what Bomdagor's working on, well, he's building another, yeah, he's building another couple of command centers. So it's going to be all in command center, but no additional starports. Well, actually, no, he's got 3 starports. He's still just making these ravens, and here come the Raven army. Booyah! We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I think, really quickly. So it's 4 base, expansion to 4 base, and there's all the mules coming down, and oh my god, SCWANGZI, did you want money? Because for those of you who don't like money, we've got a whole bunch of money. Fusion core on the way for SCWANGZI, so probably going to work into a little bit of probably battle cruiser or just a few more upgrades for, I think, I want to say Banshees, but I think there might be more than just that. There's the Yamato cannon upgrade and 1 or 2 others that I can't quite think of right now. So the building armor right now, if you look at the armor for these Ravens, is actually up to 1 already, so both of them working on their upgrades at the same time. Here come the Hellions are 0-1. So now you're going to, auto turrets are getting in there. Bomdagor's going to lose 1, possibly 2 if he doesn't kind of fly these guys out of here, but he's just dropping a bunch of Hunter-Seeker missiles, and that's going to go bad. Boom! Oh my goodness, and there is just the air force of SCWANGZI is completely taken out. So now what Bomdagor wants to do is probably just drop down these auto turrets and maybe sit in behind them, but no, he got a little sniped out, and he was running from these Vikings, and he got pushed into, well, not those tanks, I'm not sure, pushed into the bunker. Derp. So now just a number more turrets, but the turrets are going to fall a bit prey to some other damage. These Ravens are not quite as expendable as Bomdagor should be treating them. I'm a little worried about that, but there's a Hunter-Seeker missile, and that's going to, yeah, tanks, okay. The problem there is that they don't actually catch fire and die, these tanks, so they get down to red damage, and then they just sit on it. So, yeah, you're up against Ravens. What are you going to do? Up against auto turrets? Auto turrets? Tanks. Tanks are the best thing to use against auto turrets. I'm not entirely sure that I agree with that, but you can't argue with the results. Meantime, there are these 2 turrets, and they're just slowly taking out SCWANGZI's one of the remaining supply depots, which is up around the back. Now, the cool thing about this is what Bomdagor has essentially done is he has opened this up because there's no further turrets and there's no air force at the moment. So if you actually look at the, oh no, it's the Unix Guild and Worker Guild, the army supply is huge in favor of Bomdagor right there because he's actually been working on this ground army at the same time. So here's Hellbat Hellion Raven, and just another command center, so I think he's going on full-on defense because it's, yeah, so we're going with Planetary Fortress Defense, which is curious because he did see a sizable air force, but now that he's seen this number of tanks going up against Planetary Fortress, so they can stay outside of the range of the Planetary Fortress, and then, how about, yeah, see these 2 guys? They're kind of still planted, even though they have 10 health each, and this guy can come over here and, you know, fix them if he wanted to. You could do stuff like that. So here's another... so he's going to take another base. So another command center is flying in over here. Still up into the Ravens. Has built his way back up to a... Oh, man. I'm still trying to work on this. Work his way up into a sizable air force. Not quite as big as before, but he did lose a number. I think he saved 3 from the end of that last battle. Stupid Planetary Fortresses down here. If you look at the income right now, it is still... It's better for Bomdagor, but SCWANGZI has more... workers, yeah, because he's got 57 on this one, 2 out of 3 over there, and he's just not quite moving around as much enough workers in order to make this work. He's building a few more production facilities, which is awesome. So there's your first battle cruiser. So it's gonna be a little bit of battle cruiser, but battle cruiser versus Raven, I kind of gotta put the points in the Raven corner because they can just drop energy, whereas the battle cruiser uses energy to do a greatly amount of damage and slowly just takes one single target amount of damage instead. So the Ravens, they can kind of spread it around, so when Marines come in, or any other unit, they're actually shooting at the turrets as opposed to shooting at the Ravens, unless you're really paying attention. And of course, as we have found out with SCWANGZI, are we really paying attention? Well, you know, we're really paying attention to certain parts. So here comes Bomdagor, and he's gonna, oh my goodness, if he just litters this, well, it's a planetary fortress, so that could be bad. Oh! SCWANGZI doing a really good job of separating these... Oh, these SCVs, but he didn't separate these ones, and boom! That was a large amount, and I think the individual Ravens actually do get kills for that. Kills for the Hunter-Seeker. Hunter-Seeker kills, and oh, ouch! That's pretty bad. However, this Air Force right here is, well, that was not great, not terrible, but he is getting in another Hunter-Seeker missile and then a turret on top of that. This battlecruiser is not quite dead, but it might die to oh my goodness, and he's not going to lose any health, so he does have a little bit of health. Yeah, and the health recharges, but the armor is still pretty high, so now just dropping in a bunch of turrets. These Ravens are just warping all around. Not warping, they're moving quite slowly, actually, but they are going to take down a number of these production buildings if that battlecruiser and the remainder of the army doesn't get in here, and he's only got really the one and the one tank, because if you look at the army supply, it's much, much lower for SCWANGZI, because he just has not been using any of the... I mean, look, where are your Marines? He could have like 10,000 Marines right now, but the problem that SCWANGZI's been working on is that he has far too many harvesters. Still making harvesters! Still making harvesters because he's wondering why he's not getting enough gas, because he's losing out on gas. Obviously just not putting enough dudes in gas, and he's just trying to get these huge bases up, and he's going Planetary Fortress, despite the fact that, well, I mean, they are going to defend against the missile turrets, but they're just not going to defend against these Ravens, and the Ravens come in here, they are going to do well going up against, oh, and he's going to lose a couple, and he's got 2 battlecruisers right now to contend with, but he's going to bait them into these missile turrets, and I don't know, the missile turrets are going to take out one of the battlecruisers, but is it going to be enough? Because you slowly press forward with your missile turrets, and they're slowly taking out all of these buildings, which is fantastic, because SCWANGZI, the other problem with SCWANGZI is that he just hasn't been expanding using any production facility. So every time he takes a base, he just put down another couple of factories or starports. He's just leaving them all in his main base. In fact, he's lost one of his starports. Oh, wait. He did build 3 over here, so I haven't been paying full-on attention, but if we're just looking at this. And now, what we're seeing here is the Hellbats are on their way out in this direction. Here comes some more Hellbats and some more Ravens, just the second side of the army, and they're moving down here, and they're taking out this expansion by SCWANGZI over in the bottom right corner, so that is not going to allow him to expand any further. But, however, this expansion over here by Bomdagor is actually going to survive, because Bomdagor is trying to heal everything, and the Planetary Fortress is doing a huge number of that. This one was not quite built yet, so the Planetary Fortress is not quite going to be strong enough. Well, it wouldn't have actually even been built, so what Bomdagor is doing, he's actually invading the base with the command centers themselves, probably going to turn them into the Planetary Fortresses as well, watching out for the ground units, but the air units right now, I don't see it yet. There's still just the one battlecruiser up here, and meantime, this huge army, oh my goodness, this is just enormous and foolish and ridiculous and awesome. These Ravens are moving their way in, slowly putting down a couple of auto turrets, not really worrying too much about the Hunter-Seeker missiles. The problem with all these ground units, the Hellbats and the Hellions, is they're able to take out, I think they're able to take out, this is going to be a really interesting one, but the problem is I'm worried about the air attack back here. This Planetary Fortress is, just barely staying alive. Bomdagor's moving in a little bit closer, just trying to get in on that. Oh yeah, that's going to take it down really closely. He does get a couple of kills. The Planetary Fortress only has 4 kills before it goes down. There's another planet. No, there was. Okay, the Planetary Fortress is down here. It does have vision of the high ground there, but however, this is going to fall to the Hunter-Seeker missiles in just a couple of seconds. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I love watching battlecruisers blow up. Meantime, there are the Ravens, and they're just squeezing and pincering in from both sides. More Hunter-Seeker missiles, more auto turrets, and it was just, honestly, I think it was an economy issue for SCWANGZI. He did have the ability to win this if he was using some of his money. More, because I don't think he ever really got up above 170, even supply cap, let alone supply. He's, so just making more units, keeping a presence on the board, and he had lots of time at the beginning. What with that Banshee attack crippled Bomdagor, but eventually couldn't hold it together. That's a fun game. Leave me a comment down below, send me an email, ziggityzig@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter at ziggityzig. Send me an exciting, interesting, fun, ridiculous, protrudinous replay, and I will cast it over here on Tales from the Ladders. Stay tuned.